Hey folks, welcome to Deconstructing the Game. My name's Mike.
I'm V.
And in today's episode, I'm going to be looking at a viewer request. That is the AV pads in Arasaka Tower. There are two sections of AV pads in Arasaka Tower, and we're going to explore both of them and have a little snoop around.
Let's step to it then.
So today's viewer request comes from Retro666 Future, and they've asked me to have a look at the hangars and the AV sections of Arasaka Tower. There are two sections of AV pads in Arasaka Tower, and the first one we're looking at here is the secret one, where you can only access it in the game when you are on the last mission with Hanako Arasaka. You will fly into this and be shown around the building, taken to Mikoshi, where you'll progress further to the end of the game. But normally this is not accessible. You can glitch in here by dropping down from the top of the building, accessing the CEO level, and then dropping in further. It was a little bit of a pain to get here, but got there in the end. The AV pads are pretty empty. There's no people around here, no crates, and it's pretty bare. Pretty bright as well, considering it's daytime. I think this was meant to be viewed at nighttime only, as we have those weird anomalies with lighting at different sections of buildings when you're not meant to be there. And this section is meant to connect to Subaru's offices, and just by dropping down here on the side of the building, I was curious to see where the entrance was, because I'd forgotten where the entrance was during the missions, but it's just here. It's actually pretty well hidden actually, considering that a lot of the AV pad entrances have little indentations and are quite clearly doors or entranceways into the building. It's pretty solid, the bullets ricochet off that, and normally you would access it during this mission here where the AV pad flies in, and it's quite funny, you can just see the door opening up there, and behind it is still textures, so it's very well hidden if you don't know it's there and you haven't done this mission before. So happens that coincidentally I accessed this mission during daytime as well, so it's still bright inside here, still hard to see depending on your lighting settings or your HDR settings for your Xbox, PC or the television you're using, but yeah, it's very much the same. There's no AV waiting to travel out, there's no people or security. This is the unlisted levels of Arasaka Tower, so security might not be needed here as no one would know it's here. And as you can see here in this mission, the doors to Subaru's office are very much open. Now, the second AV pad and the hangar section is actually on the counterintelligence level, and you can access this normally when you start the game as a corpo and you fly out from the bottom of the building. But trying to glitch into this place is nigh on impossible. In fact, I never actually got into this AV pad section here. I just was able to walk around the sides and the top. I did try my very best to get in, but it was pretty impossible, and as you can see from a previous video, that's where the entrance is down at this bottom section. You can see it's quite obvious, there's an open area. If you try and get in there using no clipping, you probably could quite easily, but trying to jump in like I did here is a no-go. There's a blurry texture wall and the actual door is sealed shut. This is the AV pad section for counterintelligence from the outside, just looking in. It's very much the same, pretty much a carbon copy of the one upstairs. In fact, it probably is exactly a copy in just a different area. If you watch the other viewer request I did yesterday, looking around Subaru's office, you would have noticed in the video I hung around one section of the wall. I could hear the elevator doors opening and I glitched down into an open box area with a couple of chairs that I just rendered in. So that is the area where you meet Jackie and Subaru Arasaka's engram, and it's meant to be Mikoshi, and it's very weird because Mikoshi is actually underneath the building. This is almost directly under Subaru's office, so I just wanted to add that in there just to give it a little bit of an update. If you like the content in this video, you can check out more on the YouTube channel, and you can also connect with the Discord server, make requests and talk about Cyberpunk or any other game you like, and we can look at doing other videos in the future. You can catch me on Twitch sometimes if I'm doing live stream events such as glitching and exploration, but the guy to speak to is Captain Limbless or Ryan. He's on Twitch and YouTube, and he does a lot of stuff with the PC, clipping into things. He's pretty good at that, so check him out. That's always worth a watch. My name's Mike, you've been watching Deconstructing the Game, and as always, I'll catch you later.